Welcome to the bearded Bama bushcrafter. Getting tongue twisted again. Down here at the shelter this afternoon. It's the day after Christmas. Just having a little bit of quiet time. And last night I had a friend of mine call me, and I was able to get a deer. So I've got a deer heart, and I'm going to cook some deer heart up here this afternoon. For those of you who've never eaten deer heart, it is a very tasty meal. A lot of people kind of shun away from it, like they would with liver and other, I guess, organ parts of an animal. But if you really stop and think about it, the heart is a muscle, and it is high in vitamins, and I think selenium, if I'm saying that right, which is a good antioxidant. And it's rich in iron and a lot of other stuff that's good for us. Zinc's good for us. 3 or 4 different of the B vitamins, B12. Can't think of the others, but anyway, I'm gonna be cooking some up, and I'm sure it's gonna be tasty. I just kind of got to real quick clean my pan up, and I'm going to get that started here shortly. I've noticed something on YouTube with videos that I watch and my videos. YouTube, back in November, turned off the ability for us to dislike something. Because I've been noticing on some of the people that I follow, and just videos in general, I don't see the dislikes. So I kind of looked it up, and YouTube felt it necessary for our feelings to turn the dislike button off. You can still dislike something, it just doesn't show up. Only the like button. So here we are in our cancel culture, our nanny state mind of where we can't hurt someone's feelings. And I understand that people get on social media and they become some of the most horrible people on the planet. I think they're horrible people anyway. Just because you get on social media doesn't change you. And people troll others, and there have been what they call cyberbullying. I've learned over the years, if you have someone doing that, it's easy just to turn them off. But I'm not in agreement with not having the dislike. Because sometimes it kind of shows you maybe you're not doing something right, or it's okay for people not to like what you're doing at all. I know I like reading comments. Not too many folks comment on my videos, and that's okay. But sometimes when people do comment, it gives me ideas, and I learn things. Because sometimes there's just things I don't know, and that's okay. I learn something new every day. But I think it's funny that now we can't dislike something on YouTube. We sure are heading down a weird road. And I think I've got a snake around here. I can smell it. It's an odd smell. I think it's probably going to be a copperhead. I've been trying to watch out for it. They admit this odor. It's one of their defensive mechanisms. And everybody thinks a snake just wants to strike you. It doesn't. Really, that's kind of one of their last line of defenses, is actually striking you. So I've been kind of trying to, like, where is it? I can smell it, but I have not been able to put my eyes on it. Alright, so deer heart. I first learned to eat deer heart when I was about 17, 18 years old. I was able to go to Minnesota and do some deer hunting with some friends that lived up there. And my friend was real big into eating deer heart. We would kill deer, and that was one of his favorite things to do, was take the deer heart, cut it up, and he would fry it. I have grilled it and fried it, and it's real yummy either way. Now, a lot of people don't like the taste of deer meat. They say it's gamey. And from what I understand, the difference of the meat that we get in the stores versus venison, of course, is the free range, and we're not getting a lot of the steroids and stuff that they add to the meats for modern consumption to have the animal like chickens. We've heard for years that they pump them full of steroids. If you look at some of the chickens, how quickly they grow to turn them into their fryers to have them processed, there's growth hormones there. Something's going on for sure. And with that, and you take a steer and you raise your own steer, and when you take that meat, it's going to taste, to me, it tastes better than the meat you get out of the store. It's grain fed for one thing, grass fed, and I think there are some of these places that raise cows. I'm not 100% sure, but I've heard it, through word of mouth, that they take animals and they process the animals back into, the animal's feed. So it's kind of like a form of cannibalism, I reckon. And that's kind of a weird thing to think about. This is a lot of meat right here, but that is just pure muscle. And man, it smells great to me. I was talking with someone last night about deer heart, and they were like, man, I couldn't eat it. And I'm like, if you've never tried it, you at least need to try it. And it's one of my favorite parts. And I save the heart every time I get a deer. And it's a healthy, nutritious meal. Of course, you say, well, you're frying it up. Well, stir fry type deal, or if you southern deep fry it, like most things are done around here, yeah. Fried food is bad for us. I hear that so much. What's bad for us, what's good for us. But the way I cook it, I think it's a little healthier. I'm not really worried about being that healthy. I try to watch what I eat. When I pick it up and it comes to my mouth, I watch it. Haha. Stupid dad joke there. Alright, I'm going to finish cutting this up. And I've got some vegetables, some onion. And got some bell pepper, some salt and pepper that I'm going to put with it too. It's going to be good. Alright, I cut it up. Got some tomatoes I'm going to cut up, red onion, and a bell pepper. Alright, got a little sizzle going on. Just stirring this around. I like to cook with olive oil. And it's just good stuff. So I'm cooking here. And then I'm going to get this as it starts cooking, and then I'm going to add the vegetables. Cool thing when you have your libation, you can cook with it as you're enjoying it. Look at that. And it's cooking good right there. It's going to be yummy. I'm just about getting ready to add the vegetables. Check this out. The fire's not huge. I got it banked against the side. Heat's over there in that corner. I can feel it here. It's not too hot, but I can. To me, that's one of the ways I like cooking over a fire. Get your coals good and hot. I always like to, especially when I'm using fat lighter, get it burnt, because you don't have that turpentine taste in your food. Especially if you're cooking directly over the fire, like if you got your meat on a skewer or something. You have to be careful with the woods, the types of wood that you're using, because it can definitely affect the taste of your food. Alright, I don't like to burn my meat to enjoy it. I just added the onions, the romaine tomato. I like that red onion. It's got has some real good flavor. And those romaine tomatoes, man, those things are hard to beat, especially with cooking. And that little bit of bell pepper gives it that little added taste. Over the years, I've gotten to where I can't eat. I used to love eating hot peppers, but I have to be careful with that now. I'll eat it, and it'll get me back. So I have to be careful. All right, so this is what we're looking like so far. Let that cook for a few. Man, smelling good. I'm gonna give me a little bit of black pepper. Smoke wafting got me there. All right, I just added a little bit of black pepper. Meat's getting that good brown look to it when it's getting cooked. And I know there's some people who cannot eat meat unless it is like a charcoal briquette. And to me, that just ruins the flavor. I like mine to have those juices in it. Yeah, it's got a lot of gravy making up in there. Those tomatoes are getting cooked. Everything's cooking down. I like cooking outside. It's fun. It's peaceful. My kids are somewhere. They've gotten into this thing where they like dressing up in black at night and sneaking around out in the yard. I used to do that. And they could be out here around me now. Sometimes they get right up on me. They're pretty good at it. They're like ninjas. So they could be popping up here. Kind of start getting that feeling like I'm being watched. It's like, it's either them or Bigfoot. Okay, so this is what it's starting to look like, or what it is looking like. That'd be good with some biscuits right there. I don't have any biscuits. So I'm gonna let this cook down just a little longer for another couple of minutes, and I'm gonna take it off, and then it'll be time to consume. Okay. Have some of this. This is a meal fit for a king. When I eat this, I feel like I'm truly blessed and eating straight from the land. Look at that right there. Oh man, it's dripping. Dripping. Here we go. No. Oh, that's good. I want to talk about my new knife that I introduced to you guys the other day on the video. It's a good knife. I like it. I'm glad I have it. I did talk about how this area worries me. One other thing I've learned about it, it will not throw a spark. I have worked my fire striker somewhere. Worked with it and worked with it. I guess it's just not sharp enough on that spine to, when you pull that striker across it, it will not throw sparks. But other than that, it's a great knife and I like it. I'm going to use it. And I've been using it. This little knife here, keep on me, it throws sparks like fireworks. I mean, it'll poof. Great little knife here. So, keep that one on me. This is on my side. This is used for bigger work. This is like a small machete. I said 9 inches the other day, I believe on the video. This thing is a foot long or longer. Great little knife. Alright guys, well I'm going to sit here and enjoy some of this deer heart. If you guys are into hunting and you're not keeping the heart of your animal, I will recommend you start keeping the heart. I don't know why people, that's so good. I'm sweating. It is warmed up here. We got into the 70s today. the day after Christmas. I've seen this before. It's not like this is something that has never happened. It has happened before. But I enjoy it to be cooler. I like the 50s, low 60s. And sometimes I enjoy the 40s when I'm bundled up in a deer stand. Not fond of this kind of muggy weather here in the middle of the winter, but we get it from time to time. And it's not going to turn off cold again until next week. It's going to get into the 50s and for the highs and the 30s for the lows, what the forecast is calling. But I hope everyone's doing well. Go on and hit that dislike button. And like I said, if you're not eating deer heart and you hunt deer, save the heart next time and cook it up. It is so good. It's good to you and it's good for you. All right. Y'all have a good one. See ya.